the outset, I would like to gratefully thank Professor R.C. Bhattacharya for inviting me to this forum and have an interface with all of you. I would also like to congratulate the organizers of this conference for choosing a very appropriate theme. Entrepreneurship and innovation are considered two sides of the same coin. Entrepreneurship has been defined in the literature in many ways, but there are four descriptions that have become dominant in the research. The entrepreneur as an innovator. This is based on Schumpeter's view. As a creator of balance. This is based on Kurtzner's view. As a bearer of uncertainty. This is based on the views of Frank Knight. And the entrepreneur as a coordinator. This is based on the views of Jean-Baptiste Say. The main part of the later literature on the significance of entrepreneurship constitutes refinements or variants of these four main tracks. Schumpeter's innovator is the definition that makes the most distinct connection between entrepreneurship, innovations, and economic growth. In terms of innovation, a common definition from OECD's Oslo Manual is that an innovation is the implementation of a new or significantly improved product, that is in terms of goods or services, or process, a new marketing method, or a new organizational method in business practices, workplace organization, or external relations. Hence, it involves a change that creates new conditions for economic activity, either for individual companies, on a market, or say globally. A central part of the definition is that it is something new that has commercial value, if at all implemented, in contrast to an invention that does not necessarily benefit anyone other than the inventor. Traditionally, the term innovation has often been linked with the development of new technology, but it is becoming increasingly clear that this restrictive view is not sufficient to explain the development that takes place within or with regard to the growth of new, often service-based industries and markets. However, from an analytical perspective, it is possible to clearly delimit what is meant by both entrepreneurial activities and innovations. An excessively broad definition is at risk of becoming meaningless. It involves studying the connection between entrepreneurial activities and the development of innovations, as well as how this in turn affects economic growth. It means that certain choices must be made with regard to the abundance of knowledge that exists concerning these issues. The choice made is to only focus in the empirical studies on innovation that occurs in companies and affects economic growth. Entrepreneurship and innovation are two very closely related phenomena in the sense that innovation requires some form of entrepreneurial behavior. The terms are not synonymous. However, there are reasons in some cases to make a clear distinction between them, particularly from a policy perspective. The process from idea to innovation and growth is driven by various functions that can reach that can each be performed by different actors. Ideas are created by researchers, even inventors, or other visionary thinkers. They are identified by the entrepreneur, who is always a private individual but can be found in a large, small, new or old company or in a public organization. The function performed is, in Schumpeter's words, getting things done. In other words, converting ideas to commercial use or driving innovations forward. Commercial benefit only becomes a driver of growth. However, when the innovation becomes widespread in society through secondary innovations and imitations that lower the costs. As an effect of the two concepts of entrepreneurship and innovation being so clearly related, entrepreneurship should be linked to the implementation of innovative ideas, not to companies of a certain age, size, industry or region. In order to illustrate this, the results of one of the studies describe the connection between entrepreneurial activities and the development of innovations in various ways, which I would like to share. See, if we have the proposition that why do companies become innovative and is it a profitable strategy? How would we address this? One of the main questions that the report or the study on innovative companies had as a premise is, what role does entrepreneur play in the development of innovation in companies? There is a broad base of entrepreneurship literature that provides alternative answers to the questions asked. In the study by the Center of Excellence for Science and Innovation Studies conducted on behalf of growth analysis, entrepreneurship is described as a significant resource in the innovation efforts of companies. A resource that binds together activities from the early phases of the innovation process all the way up to the commercialization of achieved directly observable innovation results in the form of new procedures, new products and new markets. One main conclusion in the study is that the likelihood that a company is innovative depends in part on the tendency to make sustainable innovation efforts, and in part on the composition of the company's heterogeneous basic resources. Companies that maintain a strategy with sustainable innovation efforts manage to generate continuous innovation, and they provide more returns than alternative innovation strategies. Companies with sustainable innovation efforts have higher sales, salaries, profit and added value per employee and more employment than companies with temporary or no innovation efforts. In terms of the composition of basic company resources, innovation strength is affected positively by the size of knowledge-intensive labor, affiliation with a multinational corporate group, being located in a metropolitan region, and prior innovation experiences. In summary, the results presented in the CESIS report provide evidence that companies with sustainable innovation efforts learn procedures, for innovative activities. Companies accordingly acquire innovation know-how that bears the characteristic of entrepreneurship. Empirical observations also provide support for the claim that the individual companies learn and take advantage of innovation skills from other companies in the surrounding economic environment. So with these words, I wish you all the best, and I'm sure that this conference is going to be a very useful and very meaningful exercise. Thank you very much.